Well, I've been sitting here on this dock by the bay, watching my blue skies turn to gray. Didn't know if I should run or stay, so I pulled up Mike's weather page, 'cause Mike's weather page, you know he's got the news to keep you safe. Mike's weather page is only a click or two away. Well, I admit that I had one or a few, 'cause I was down and I was feeling blue. But then I clicked on Mike's fan page. I saw all my friends, now I'm okay, 'cause Mike's weather page, you know he's got the news to keep you safe. Mike's weather page is only a click or two away. We all know Mike's a real fun guy. He'll track the storms as they blow by. But when the drunk donkey comes out to play, Miss Julie, take his phone away, 'cause Mike's weather page, you know he's got the news to keep you safe. Mike's weather page is only a click or two away. Well, there's Louie and Hunter too, no telling what they're gonna do. You know he's got more than 1 million fans. Yeah, 'cause now Mike's weather page, you know he's got the news to keep you safe. Mike's weather page is only a click or two away. Mike's weather page, you know he's got the news to keep you safe. Mike's weather page is only a click or two away.
Yeah. Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday. What's up with that? We normally aren't live on Tuesday, are we? But I'm back. I was gone a week. I told Shelly, let's go live. Well, she actually said, are we live today? And I'm like, what day is it? It's Tuesday. So yeah, I missed everybody. We got 2 dogs to show. We're going to drink some coffee together. Talk about what's coming. Whoop, wrong button. Took me an extra couple minutes to get everything loaded this morning. So when when you haven't done it in over 10 days here, but it appears to be working. So what dog are we going to show first? How about Hunter? Hunter's the closest dog. The official watchdog, hurricane watchdogs of hurricane season, little Hunter first off. So good morning, Miss Shelly Ross. She probably enjoyed a week of no shenanigans on my end. So we're back. Yes, Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. Officially starting softball season for Emily, man. It's great. I get through my big event that I do in Orlando every year, the Big Snowbird Nationals RC car race. Biggest event I've had in probably a dozen years, so it was a long week in Orlando, but it was definitely very successful. Even my buddy Gavin from Furman came over and going to be doing a little story on my involvement with the racing and hurricanes and all that good stuff. So good morning, Loretta Reed. Good morning. Mike E over on YouTube. What's up, John from the Villages? Is it a party place? I've heard stories about the Villages, like it's the ultimate retirement place to go. I might have to check that out. I love golf carts and bars. What's up, Katie Haley? What's up, Bogo Dogs? How's it going in that Panhandle? Jennifer with some stars. What's up with that? You guys are cool beans. What's up, Mr. Scott? How's it going? Hope everybody's doing well. We had a break in weather. Valerie Bauer, good morning. I appreciate the weather gods for giving me a week off of weather, too, while I was gone. But now things are heating up. I just posted the pollen map, by the way. I got a pollen alert on our phone. It's like just like that. Now we're into pollen season. officially pollen season here. In fact, I do have that graphic. It's an awesome graphic from the Weather Channel. It's down here at the bottom of my page if you want to keep up with the pollen forecast. Somewhere down here. And Hunter does purr like a kitten. Where the heck is it? I have a pollen map on my page. There it is right here. So there it is, Weather Channel, pollen map. There you go. Heavy orange, southern Georgia, most of Florida. You are on a pollen alert. So that's not fun, right? Allergy season is here. Alyssa said no break in Miami. Yeah, we had a weird little coastal low off of there. I did share it a couple times. It was a little juicy frontal line. Now look above me, right there. This little guy in New England area, it's not going to hit anything, but that little area that was spinning off the Florida coast definitely brought in some rain showers for the eastern part of the state, and kind of sat there a couple days. And brought some extra juice. So we're going to talk about that. This is Louie, by the way. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, everybody, miss you. Good morning, Jeff Darby. Rita, Ike, and Harvey made you guys famous. Oh, for the wrong reasons, right? Nederland. Wow, how about that? We watched Harvey together. Good morning, Mr. James. Softball season's here. Good morning, Sindel from North Carolina. I'm back. Louis looks slimmer. He might be slimmer. I don't know. You on a diet? Yeah, he actually does. His cheeks look. Yeah, you know what? You're kind of right. Maybe I should give him a little more treats. What do you think? Felicia says good morning. Mike, yeah, the pollen's bad. I wonder pollen alert. So, all right, so let's talk about some weather coming up. I got some exciting Daytona news. Don't go away for that. We started debuting our big press announcements with Daytona Speedway next weekend. So I want to share that. Talk about some weather coming up. Got some strong storms brewing tomorrow for the upper Gulf Coast. Could be some tornadoes tomorrow and Wednesday night. Cross the upper Gulf going towards the Florida Panhandle Thursday morning. So we got to talk about that. Okay, Louie, you little boy. I was so happy to see him too, by the way. They miss me. All right, we miss you guys. When a Frenchie's ears are back, it means they're happy. So that's pretty cool. You're a happy dog. All right, so let's talk about things. All right, so Daily Brew. We love the Daily Brew, right? It's brought to you by our good friends at ABC Fine Wine and Spirits, located throughout the great state here of Florida, and I'll be visiting one coming up in Daytona next week. They got a couple stores in Daytona Beach area. We're heading to Daytona, folks. Let me show you what's cooking with Daytona. Then we're going to get right into weather. So we've been teasing this for quite a bit now, and now it's official. We have a car at Daytona Speedway. We have a NASCAR hurricane awareness machine. Okay, unbelievable news. Now, it's Xfinity driver number 4, Bailey Curry, JD Motorsports. Great team. We worked with them in the past. Furman's worked with them in the past. We got some great press coming up with this car. Of course, Furman's on the hood and on the side. Primary sponsor, our good buddies, Furman Power Equipment, Tammy and Team OSR, and Victory Powerline Services, and of course Frank and Coastal Claims here located in Florida. All 4 of those companies made this happen. It's the Hurricane Awareness Machine. That's going to be zooming around Daytona Speedway. Can you believe it? It's going to be the most coolest looking race car I think ever to take the track at Daytona. The coolest thing about it is we're going to have some special events planned around our Hurricane Awareness Machine. The state here of state of Florida is coming down. Florida Division of Emergency Management, and we'll be talking more about that. But we might be getting a special guest appearance from some big dogs from the state to talk about hurricanes, the state of Florida, hurricane preparedness, and all Gulf Coast. I mean, but they're going to be bringing down information. We're going to be giving away some weather radios. Also involved is Volusia County Emergency Management. They're excited. Volusia County is home to Daytona Beach. They're going to be in attendance all around our Hurricane Awareness Machine. We're going to have a tent set up outside the Speedway on Saturday at the Sunoco station. You're going to see banners with our hurricane awareness car. You're going to see us. We're going to have designated meet and greet times that you can come by and say hi. We're going to give away stuff. I'll be having koozies and stickers, and we're going to have hero cards this time. We're going to have a driver appearance from Bailey. Bailey actually will be wearing the driver's suit here with all of our logos on it. It's awesome. So if you're in Daytona, pay attention. I definitely want to have you stop by for this. It's really exciting. I got an interview today with local Tampa Tribune, getting some interest from some larger TV networks about this concept. And, it's all about bringing awareness, right? All these companies are heavily involved with our site, Mike's Weather Page. All 4 companies are very engaged in post storm recovery, helping people out, servicing needs of storms and storm victims and areas that are hit hard by storms and hurricanes. So it's a really good partnership, and I'm really excited about this, especially now that things go full circle, right? Here I am back with NASCAR, and my whole love of growing up in Florida here was NASCAR related, and now we're bringing hurricanes, storm awareness, the state of Florida, and some of my great sponsors together for this. So really excited. So there'll be more about that. Another cool tidbit here I wanted to share is we got this NASCAR Pole Position magazine. It's official magazine of NASCAR. They actually have a 4-page spread about this whole concept, and we're on the cover of the magazine. We are cover models, not like vanity or, not a bikini model or, but we're NASCAR cover models. And there's our car right up top, so that'll be exciting. So anyway, I want to share that. I'll be posting a lot about that. We're trying to get the word out to stop by and say hey, because it's a pretty big deal for us, for sure. So hopefully you get to see everybody at Daytona if you're there. All right, let's talk about the weather. Let's pull this up. This is our Storm Prediction Center map for the next couple days. We had a little break in the weather, and we're going to get into that. Diecast cars, Donald, you know what? My buddy Greg Vincent and I were talking. I 100% think we're going to release diecast. Everybody's asking me about diecast. Cliff, it's a Chevy. And I love the initials of JD Motorsports. JD. Great team. They've been around the sport a lot of years. Not one of your higher funded teams, but they run very competitively and get a lot of support from Chevrolet and great people that own JD Motorsports. So that's going to be a great partnership. So, Laura Reed, thank you. Yeah, magazine's exciting. I teased the pages in our brew crew. I can't post it too much online because it's not out yet. But Jennifer, thank you for that. Harold, I did not get to see the clash. I heard it was kind of controversial, right? Was there some crashing going on? Not good. Jen, I hope to see you there too. Heck yeah, we'll be giving away some koozies and stickers and all that good stuff. Felicia, yeah, we got La Nina is now dropping out of the picture, and we're leaning toward El Nino, and that definitely changes the weather pattern some. So we'll be talking about that. Right. So here we go. This is the weather today. We got a little bit of storms brewing, but the big story is going to be tomorrow until tomorrow night. So let's get into that and see what kind of storms we got. And it could reach itself into Florida and lower Georgia, GA, and Alabama on Thursday morning. So let's talk about that. We'll see what the old Storm Prediction Center is saying. So we do have a tornado risk. Today is a little light. Not really talking about tornadoes today, but slight chance here today on the eastern lower half of Texas. The bigger story is tomorrow, and they got a 5% area, pretty large area. Typically, when you get a brown 5% area, that usually means you got a tornado watch likely coming. That means there's going to be conditions. Remember tacos. Taco watch is you have the ingredients in place. A watch is ingredients. And warning is you have the taco. So watch just means it could be a tornado. So usually when you have a brown 5% listed by the Storm Prediction Center, conditions are definitely going to merit possible tornadoes. So that's what we got brewing tomorrow. And some of this is going to stretch over into Florida and lower GA, Alabama on Thursday. So let's take a lookie at all this stuff. Let's pop in here. Let me close out some windows. And, we did crash Chrome last week. First time of the year. We get one Chrome crash in 2022. We've already did our one Chrome crash in 2023. Let's hope. All right, so we did talk about this last week, believe it or not. It showed up. We got a big dip in the jet stream. Here it is. This is basically what it looks like. It's kind of hard to tell, but we got a big dip in the jet stream. It comes down and, causes this pull from the Gulf. The Gulf is warm. And we've had this repeat pattern, man. It's like Groundhog Day, right? Upper Gulf, storms. 3 or 4 days go by, Upper Gulf, storms. 3 or 4 days go by, Upper Gulf, storms. It's been the story of the season. La Nina kind of dips the jet stream down a little bit more, and La Nina winters bringing more chances for storms across the south, and that's kind of what we're seeing. So that is what is cooking. Let's look at the 500 millibar. You can kind of see this pattern, and this just usually means a lot of instability here across the atmosphere. And this is, of course, Wednesday night. We could have overnight storms to watch overnight, tomorrow night into Thursday as this sucker cruises eastward across the upper Gulf into Florida. So let's take a look at radar. We can look at that, get an idea what it's going to look like timing-wise for these deja vu storms again. Seems like we've talked about this all year long. All right, so today, it's hard to see these storms later tonight. And there they go. Here's a squall line setting up. And this is tomorrow afternoon. There we go. So not anything in the morning, but tomorrow, early afternoon, Wednesday, our low pressure is going to start forming and starting to pull up some storm action here in eastern Texas. So this is tomorrow, early afternoon, Wednesday. But as we get throughout the day and into the night, we could have overnight storms to watch. This is basically about 10 p.m. tomorrow night. There's our low up here, spinning, pulling in our storm action, and there you go. Got some instability tomorrow night across lower Louisiana northward, and this could last all night long. This is going through the overnight hours Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Look at that. So definitely overnight storms looking likely towards the Florida Panhandle early Thursday morning, and this is as far out as the HRR goes. But there's your line of storms, 6 a.m. Thursday morning, and could be some nasty cells. We know the Gulf is warm, and we've been seeing these storm systems all year long pulling up moisture and getting some marine warnings. So, definitely, tomorrow it starts, and more afternoon later in the day, and it looks like going overnight. We could see some storms overnight Wednesday night. Definitely looking at nocturnal supercells, and that's going to be happening. And then let's take a look at some of the strength here as we come across overnight. This is 13Z hour. There you go. That's a pretty strong signature. So this is midnight. Tomorrow night into Thursday, we could definitely see some storms. So that's not good. So we could be looking at nighttime tornadoes Wednesday night, Central Gulf northward, and the Storm Prediction Center is talking about it now. So a real possibility here that this thing's going to have a little burst of energy overnight hours. So that's not good. This is overnight, midnight, Wednesday night. Not good. Never good to have nocturnal tornadoes. People are always caught off guard for sure. So that's coming. As far as, let's look at some other radar here. Let's kind of get a general picture. We'll look at tropical tidbits here. Not a lot of wintry weather on this at all. So as we get into Thursday morning, here we go. Here's that line. It's going to fizzle out, maybe linger around a little bit. This is Friday. Kind of stalls out a little bit. We could see some lingering showers develop all the way into Friday. This frontal line is going to kind of fizzle out and just kind of linger. This is Friday night, so we could see some action across Friday night into the weekend showing up here. Let's take a look at the same thing. So initial line of storms today slowly brews. Tomorrow really gets brewing. Overnight Wednesday, Thursday really strong, and then Thursday, Friday it kind of flattens out and could kind of stall a little bit here. Actually, some of the models are showing kind of the same setup we just saw. We had a low pressure system off the Florida coast a couple days ago spinning out here, which is now above me, and it's a deepening low pressure that we should talk about, but it's not going to affect anybody. You can see it spinning above me. In fact, let me zoom in on it here a little bit. This is pretty impressive looking low. This is off the coast of New England. It's going out to sea, but this is that same low pressure that was off the coast of Florida I posted a couple days ago. But as far as the weekend goes, we could see a little weird setup developing here. I saw this earlier today, and I didn't really go into it, but we're going to have some juice and energy here over the weekend that possibly could try to mingle. Now, the GFS is showing some heavy snow, possibly over the mountains here. Let's take a look at that. But there it is, lingering. So this is definitely going to linger Friday across the southeast, and it might drift down in through Florida. Now we got a cold line, 540 line, dipping down. So that means we could see some cold air this weekend invading the south. Let's take a look at that. 540 line usually indicating chances for some frozen precip here Saturday. Kind of showing that possibility here that this 540 line could bring in some wintry weather here across. So this is a pretty messy setup Friday, Saturday, Sunday here as this little weird low pressure system sets up. Now the icon's showing down here, GFS up here. I'm sure the runs are backing around, just kind of doing different things. It's not so solid enough yet. But what is solid, we're going to see this front line linger Friday with the 540 line really dipping far south. So we are going to see cold air 100% this weekend for the south. Here's 31 for the Panhandle. This is Sunday morning. Saturday night, this weekend coming up, could be some freezing temps here across. Let's just look at the whole eastern U.S. here. So here we go. This is a cold front. This is Friday morning. The blue line is your freeze line. It's not quite there yet. Starts to invade more Mississippi Valley on Saturday morning, freezing temperatures. And then Sunday, could see some freezing temperatures all the way down to Florida Panhandle. We're still going to see 40s down in way down south into Florida on Sunday morning this weekend coming up. So that is definitely looking likely as far as temperatures for this weekend. So if you got weekend plans in the south, we're going to see some cold air Sunday morning dipping way into Florida, freezing temperatures in the Panhandle for Sunday morning, but low 40s all the way down through the state this weekend. So that means run to Publix and get wood. This weekend's cold. Freezing temps all the way through Carolinas, all across Tennessee, down south here. So that's this weekend. And you can see that. Let's take a look at this 7-day map. We got a little heavy rain chances too, by the way. This flooding rain chances today for Tuesday. Tomorrow, flooding rain chances again for tomorrow, Wednesday. And then on Thursday, there's your upper Gulf, maybe just some isolated little areas that might get some rain. But let's look at the surface charts here and get an idea how that front's going to stall out. So here's what we got cooking. Here's today, basically, and as we get through tonight and tomorrow, here's tomorrow morning. There's our frontal line across Texas, and this is going to start brewing some storms in from the Gulf of Mexico. So tomorrow, Wednesday, a lot of juice here across Texas and Louisiana northward. As we get into tomorrow night, there's our frontal line setting up. This is the strong storms we're going to be worried about tomorrow night across this frontal line out ahead of it. Could be some wintry weather behind tomorrow night. Get into Thursday morning. There's our frontal line, and there's our low pressure that digs down and pulls up northeastward. So there's our Wednesday night nocturnal storms, slowly weakening as it gets into Thursday morning across Panhandle in Georgia and Alabama, and then as we get into Thursday and Friday, the line stalls. There's our stall Friday. So it's going to be kind of wet. You know, the frontal line's kind of pretty much stalling here Thursday, Friday. So it's just going to linger for a few days. And here comes another front behind. The secondary front is the one that's going to bring in that cold air. Cold attic air for the weekend. And it gets a final push through Saturday. And so there's your rain for Saturday. Not too bad. Maybe for the Outer Banks, Eastern Carolina, Virginia. This is Saturday rains. Everything kind of pushes out of here. Saturday afternoon is pretty nice. Saturday night. Sunday looks like it's going to be wonderful. Bam! Nothing. Sunday. This is your Sunday map. Super Bowl. Sunday. Nothing. High pressure pops in over the southeast. Big old high pressure on Sunday. Look at that. Bringing in nice and calm conditions. So Sunday, other than being a little chilly, high temperature Sunday going to be like 70 in Tampa Bay. High temperature Sunday going to be 68 in Orlando. 70s all the way down to Keys for a high temperature. But beautiful weather. So it looks like Saturday might be a little lingering rains from our frontal line across the eastern parts of the U.S. Maybe a little lingering down in South Florida. But as far as that goes, man, the weekend looks awesome. So we are already looking at towards the weekend. There you go. Clint Elliott. Thank you, buddy. What's up, Nancy Powers? You sound like a superhero, Nancy. I am Nancy's Powers. What's up, Bobby? My mom was messaging me. My mama. Miss Bobby Blobby. We're going into La Nina. We got our VIP party coming up March 12th. If you are a Brew Crew member and you want to come on down and hang out with us, a casual meet and greet party at our cruise hotel. We're going to start planning on that after Daytona. Now that I'm an axe throwing champion, I'm going to see if we can bring an axe mobile trailer. Because I am the man. So yeah, winter's coming. Bobby, second cup. I'm on my second cup. So here's cheers to everybody's second cup of coffee. Second cup of coffee. This is the worst 2 days of my life because we have this 10-day event in Orlando. I'm go, 3-4 hours of sleep a night. And today is the first back to normal. So I might sneak a little nap in a little bit. But yeah, Daytona's exciting. March 12th is at the Cape. So we'll be doing that. Cheers. So there you go. Weekend looks good. We got big storms tomorrow night. Unfortunately, it looks like overnight tornadoes to worry about. Might do a short little YouTube video on that and upload it to Facebook and Twitter. So I'm going to try to do a little bit more of these little quickies on weather upcoming. See how that goes. All right. So let's see what else we can talk about. So we got rain, no tropics. So let's talk about El Nino real quick. Here's the water temperatures. See the water temperature anomaly map? Anomalies are based on averages. I don't know if they use a 20, 30-year average. I don't even get in all that. I don't know. Usually it's a 30-year average, I think. 20-year, I don't even know. But water averages are a little above normal. So, 2, 3, 4 degrees above normal basically allows our storms to fuel a little bit more energy upwards when we get these big approaching dips in the jet stream. So that's kind of why we've had this pattern here of stronger storms. La Nina typically means a little bit more dip in the jet stream in the wintertime. I think I got a graphic over here too, by the way. Right here. Well, this is hurricane season, though. So we were under a third-year La Nina last year. Only a few times that's ever happened. Second-year La Ninas usually mean very active. They're starting to be chattered that the third-year La Nina was really, we were way below the expected totals for last year. And now they're saying, well, the third-year La Nina might be why. Well, anyway, we're leading towards an El Nino pattern. And I'm already seeing the normal predictions. Everybody seems like they base predictions on El Nino and La Nina, pretty much. Not to me, the majority of predictions for a hurricane seasonal outlook is always based on this. So last year we were in La Nina, big old predictions of storms, right? Nothing happened. So I'm starting to that is not my baseline anymore for predictions, is this El Nino or La Nina. Okay? Totally against professional meteorologists and totally against science. And here's why. Let me show you why. I will show you why. I'm from Missouri. I'm showing you the well, here's predictions from last year. Let me just show you this real quick. So last year they were predicting 20 named storms. We ended up with 14. They were predicting 10 hurricanes. We had 8. They were predicting 5 majors last year. We had 2. And accumulated ACE energy was supposed to be 180. We had 195. So everything was way below normal, even though we had Ian, obviously, and Nicole. Totally only takes one. But let me find this. Okay. Mary Cheryl Chapman. Good morning. Super Bowl predictions. I don't know. Don't like the Eagles, so whoever's playing them, I guess. That's right, Bobby. It only shuts down the lower Caribbean. But as we know, storms only take 3 days to basically come from tropical storms to Category 4 and Category 5s. So anyway, here is my reasoning on this whole La Nina thing, based on history. So 2004, right here. 2004, we had 4 hurricanes come across through Florida. 2004. Very, 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 very active year. 2004. But we were in, so what they do is they measure the temperature in the Pacific. And if this area right here is below normal, then we typically have La Nina. If this temperature in the Pacific is warmer, then we'll have El Nino. So whatever they gauge normal on, they show you these values here. So red 0.5 means it was 5 degrees above normal. 0.5 degrees above normal. Half a degree above normal. Thus it's red, thus meaning El Nino, because it's warmer in the Pacific. So typically they say when we're in this El Nino, we have a lot of wind shear across the Atlantic, fewer hurricanes to deal with. That's what they say. The opposite was with La Nina. We were expected to have more systems last year, and obviously we didn't. So, but the reason I bring this up a bunch lately is that pulling up storms in 2004, we were in a red, way above 0.7 is pretty high. El Nino temperatures, meaning that we should have had a slower year, but yet Florida was basically hit with 4 hurricanes in a El Nino year. Yeah, I'm worried about this. I already saw a couple posts today. We're leaning toward El Nino. What that means is we're going to have a slow tropical hurricane season. It only takes one. We've seen that the last few years. That's not hyping anything, but I feel like too much emphasis is put on this La Nina, El Nino, and it makes people either edgy because they say, oh, we're going to have a lot of named storms, or now you get this feeling like, oh, it's going to be a slow season. Everybody lets out a breath of fresh air. Oh, it's going to be a light season. It only takes one. Too much emphasis is put on numbers. We could have 30 named storms, and all 30 storms are fish storms, which doesn't affect anybody. But yet, 30 storms! Holy cow! It was a busy year. Only takes one. So, looking back at 17, we had Irma. Irma tracked all the way across the Atlantic. I remember watching Irma come across. I think it was already spinning, right, Bobby? What had already spinning off of Africa? I think they gave it an invest before it even hit ocean. So Irma came across the whole Atlantic and obviously caused a lot of damage across the Caribbean, which now La Nina and El Nino might affect the deeper Caribbean a little bit more. Obviously, where this purple area is and this orange is more the Caribbean. So hopefully that holds true, at least for the Caribbean. Because we have a lot of people watching the Caribbean and the Lesser Antilles and, all the great islands down there in the Caribbean and Hispaniola and Puerto Rico, all the land down there. So Irma came across blue, meaning that we were in La Nina, meaning less wind shear, and it did come across strong. Maria, too. I don't have that highlighted, but Irma was able to affect Florida, and it came up from Africa. So that was a good indicator. It's 2017. Irma came across a La Nina year, meaning less wind shear across the Atlantic, which allowed it to come across and have favorable conditions to maintain itself. Now 18 came around. 18, we were back to this red El Nino. Typically, fewer hurricanes due to wind shear. However, as we saw, Michael formed here, basically, and within like 2 days, came from tropical storm to Category 5. So, Michael didn't care that it was a El Nino, La Nina year. 2004 didn't care that we were supposed to have less hurricanes. So this is a tidbit, Obviously here in 20 was the most active season ever. We were in a strong, favorable conditions, La Nina. Not a lot of storms that year. We had Ida. Or 20. I'm ahead of myself. We had Laura. And then 21 we had Ida. And it was obviously we were in La Nina in 21. A lot of named storms. 20 we had the most record storms ever. That was the year we went into the Greek alphabet. But people only really remember a couple storms that season. 21, I believe Ida was the big storyline, right? We still had a lot of storms in 21. Only takes one. So bottom line I wanted to bring that up today is I'm already starting to see the chitter chatter of, we're leaning towards El Nino. That means we're going to have less hurricanes. People are going to think, it's going to be a dead season. I don't buy it, bottom line. I do not buy it anymore. Let's look at the latest outlook here. And let's see, expert prediction. This is PDF. As the faint sounds of puppy dogs are in the background. And there we go. So last year, look at this, man. We were solid La Nina all the way through the year last year. But here's the outlook. So here's what we got cooking. So here's blue where we're at now. Blue's La Nina. Expected to really weaken. Here's the red starting to increase, which is signs of El Nino. And this ends at August, right in the peak of season starting to come up here. So, we'll be more than likely be in an El Nino pattern. We'll see. But homegrown is where it's at. This other stat I share all the time is very important. Right here. Whoa, can't do that. I always close that. So, there's been 10, think about this. There's been 10 U.S., I don't mean to not talk about the Caribbean or nothing. Obviously, El Nino might definitely slow down, hopefully, tropics down deep Caribbean. But as far as United States go, cone U.S., continental U.S., there's been 10 systems that have been 150 mile an hour or plus. Now, that's borderline Cat 5, strong Cat 4. So there's been 10. There's been 4 Category 5 hurricanes that have hit continental U.S., but there's been 10 systems that have been 150 mile an hour plus. Now, all but one This is the most craziest stat I think I've ever seen in my life as far as tropical season goes. All but one of these 10 were tropical storms just 3 days out. I mean, that is massive, rapid intensification. And we're talking back in 1919, 1932, 1935, Camille in 69, Andrew, Charlie, Michael, Laura, Ida, and now Ian. So the last few years, we've had some biggies. Michael, Laura, Ida, Ian. You know, 4 out of 5 years now, we've had pretty strong storms. And like I said, Michael was in a El Nino year, which, you know. But, so even Ian last year, on a Monday last year, Ian was 70 miles an hour. By Wednesday, it was 155 miles an hour. Unbelievable. So, you know, things happen quick. Seems to be the storyline lately. Once things get in that Gulf of Mexico, anything can happen. So, anyway, there's a little tidbit for the day. What's up, Miss Judy Wilson? Good morning. But yeah, cold weather's on the way this weekend. Brr. I'm in my shorts right now. Good morning, Miss Maria Sophia. What's up, Miss Peggy? Florence was 18 also. Yes, I always forget to put that graphic on there. I need to do that. Florence came across... what's more interesting about Florence than anything, Florence, oh, there's my new car warranty. I should have answered that before Ian. Let's see. I don't know where the hell the damn... I had a thing about Florence. Oh, that was a weird cough. Where the heck is it? Maybe I don't even have it on here. Maybe I pulled it out of here. Oh, well. I do have a graphic that shows how Florence came across the Atlantic, and Florence was in, you know, El Nino year. So I get so confused. But anyway, hey, listen. So we will be hanging out. Hey, what's up, Miss Stephanie Stokes? How you been up there, the Panhandle? Heading to the Panhandle for the Gulf Coast Jam. Cannot wait. The end of May. Talk about that spinach, Cliff. Yeah, oh my goodness gracious. Yes, let's talk about that. So, this little spinner came off of, let's see if we're streaming live. I hope I got that right. I couldn't, there we go, okay. I couldn't get the logo to load this morning, so I just said heck with it. So, what the heck is going on out there in the open Atlantic? Well, this little guy came out of, was off the east coast of Florida yesterday. Let's take a look at Weather Nerds. We had a little spinach. When did I post that? 2 days ago, was it? Well, anyway, here's what it looks like. It's really impressive. It's deepening. Let's look at visible. There you go. So we got some big time spinach out there in the Atlantic. Nothing tropical with this. It looks pretty damn good though. Look at that. No convection around the center. But would you just look at that? Let's super duper zoom it. Oh yeah, Weather Nerds. Looks great. I'll just leave it right here. Look at that sucker. Isn't that amazing? So, some people in Bermuda were actually asking me about this. Like I said, I was gone a week. I'm gone every week this time of year, every year. So, I try to post weather while I was gone. Luckily, there really wasn't much weather. This little low was off the coast of Florida, and it definitely has gotten tightened up, spun up. There's not a lot of convection around it, meeting criteria for tropics. More like a nor'easter low pressure. It's going away from land. Bermuda here, right here, so it's not really affecting anybody, but it looks good, right? I think the latest pressure on it, let's take a look. I think the pressure is at below 980 now. Let's look at that. I think the latest pressure was, no, not yet, 987. Yeah, the HRR doesn't go out that far, but you know, there's what we got. Satellite here, so it's in the 980s. There it is. Woof! Look at that. And that's something else. Man, look at that. Crazy looking. Beautiful looking. Let's look at visible. Let's see if we got last 2 hours. Look at that. Beautiful. Oh, let's look at infrared. See, there's no convection whatsoever. So there's no storms with this. It's just a low pressure system. No convection. But birdie, right? Oh, now I got double. We got BOGO. It's a 2-for-1er. Anyway, all right. So let's pull that back up. All right. Well, what else we chit-chat about? So, Jennifer, thank you very much. I got spinach on my head. So, there you go. Everything's good. So, I'll be excited about... Oh, Mike, I will be at the Florida Governor's Hurricane Conference, yes. No award this time around, but I'll be hanging out, I think, with someone. We'll make an announcement on that. I believe I need to get back with them. But, yeah, I'll be hanging out in a booth for a day or two, so that'll be fun. 100%. Well, 99% we're going. Nothing's ever 100%. But looking forward to that. A lot of fun stuff. So next week's going to be a lot of fun because we got we got four great supporters of our page. We have a lot of great supporters. I don't mean to just talk about them. All of our partners here that support me and what I do, and obviously Phil and Shelly and Julie and everybody else involved, Dusty, and a lot of other people behind the scenes here. We're going to hang out with Coastal and OSR, Victory Powerline, and, of course, Furman next week. So if you're in the Daytona area and you're at the Speedway, maybe we'll bump into each other and introduce everybody to everybody. So Furman's going to have a tent set up somewhere with some generators. Excited about that. So it'll be a fun week. I'm really excited. We're supposed to, we might be on stage doing some interviews and definitely getting some TV press with our car. The whole idea is just as a hurricane community, just all kind of come together. And a lot of what I do is bringing awareness and education and preparedness, and the companies that are part of this, that's their whole business model too, is that they're big time post-storm recovery. So we have a really great fit here doing this hurricane awareness machine. So excited. Hey, Stephanie Stokes, I'd love to meet you too. Listen, we're doing something on Wednesday night. There's a golf. Let's see if I can pull it up here. Gulf Coast Jam. Let me pull up Gulf Coast Jam. Let's go to their website. They're doing a judging. I don't know if it's going to be on their website or not. They're doing a judging Wednesday night with I'm actually on the judging Wednesday night. So we're doing this Jim Beam welcome sessions. There we go. It's it right here. So apparently I'm going to be a judge. Oh, God, I hate being a judge. But we're going to judge opening acts that are going to get to open in front of the big dogs on stage. So that's Wednesday night at a place called Miss Newbies. Wednesday night. So I'll be there Wednesday night. Miss Newbies in gorgeous Panama City Beach. And that's off property, not at the Gulf Coast Jam. So our little secret. So come hang out there at Miss Newbies and have a beer. So anyway, there you go. Find out on Gulf Coast Jam. All right. Well, there you have it, folks. Big Daytona news. Hope you got a lot out of that. And I'm really excited. We got storms brewing, unfortunately, tomorrow to worry about. And overnight especially. Could be some overnight storms. So we're going to talk about that here in a little bit. Never good to have overnight storms. It seems like you guys have been getting this upper Gulf storm pattern all year long. I don't know if it's like deja vu, BOGO, if you're tired of it or what. But it just seems like this has been the story of the season. Let's look at Wednesday midnight just for what might be coming here. Here's 11 p.m. Wednesday night, and there you go. I mean, there's your line of storms overnight Wednesday night. This is kind of where they're going to be impacting everybody Wednesday night. And this is going to be stretching into the Florida, lower Alabama, Georgia on Thursday morning. So could be some storms here to worry about. So we'll be tracking that. There's 2 a.m. Thursday morning. Could get nasty. Early Thursday, unfortunately. Story of the year, right? So there you go. All right, so we will be live tomorrow. Schedule's going to be a little wacky next 2 weeks, I'll admit. But we'll be live. We'll be live a lot from Daytona. But anyway, we'll be live tomorrow, Friday. Might be heading over to Daytona a little early. So next week will be a little all over the place. Monday, more than likely 100%. And then I might head over to Daytona Monday. So there you have it. Then we're slowly getting back in the normal pattern. We got our big cruise coming up March 13th through the 17th. I can't wait for that. The MWP cruise. We got over 100 folks going on that. Going to be a way to kick off the hurricane season pretty much because we come back from our cruise. We're going to be getting close to May, and May usually means we have storms. We usually get tropical systems pop up in May. Nothing big to worry about, but sometimes they could be big rainmakers. So before you know it, season's going to be here. But hey, I'll be right here having your back, just like Harold says all the time. Have your back. You can count on it. Never let you down. So there you have it. All right. Well, everybody, it was great. Fun as always. Glad to be back. Thanks to Shelly for manning everything while I was gone, and full speed ahead for Daytona weekend. So, all right. There we go. See you guys tomorrow.